We got anybody online yet, Jim?
Catherine shared it.
Woo, Lord, I think it's hotter than it was yesterday
It is.
at this time.
You want an umbrella?
No, I got my big hat. It's hard to write and hold umbrella and all that.
I went last night and bought charging packs because
Oh, good.
I was going to go get an inverter for my Milwaukee stuff.
Yeah.
But the closest Home Depot was in Brandon.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's already 86 degrees.
So I wasn't trying to drive that far just for a battery pack, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm on it.
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Good, go. Okay, good morning, Wow Nation. Anybody out there listening so far? We're just getting ready to kick off our first game of the day. Be Wild Nation against the Craze baseball. We're starting off here in hopefully a few minutes. Umpires haven't made an appearance yet, so I can go through little conditions for you. Field conditions are hot. It's 86 degrees here in Decatur. Feels like 94, so it's going to be much harder than that out on the field. But we're going to get ready to kick this off. We'll be following our second game today. See if I can pull up that schedule for you. We'll be playing SBG Sock Scout due to kick off at 2:45, and if we are in top 1 or 2 seed, we'll move on to the championship game here at 5 p.m. this afternoon. Down the left field line, we have 325 on the left corner at the foul line, 391 deep center field over and right down the foul line, 318. Mostly grass field, infield dirt, and at home plate dirt. Not a bad little stadium. Have some covered seating in the rear, not out front where we're sitting, but got a real good view of plate right behind the left side batter's box. So far, we are 2 wins, no losses in the series. Hopefully, we'll pick up our next win this morning. But as the ball bounces, you never know. Okay, while we're waiting on the umpire, I'll give y'all today's lineup. A few changes from yesterday. Leading off will be Henry Green in center field. Zach Williams following in right field. Grant Gotro and Jace Moody holding down those 3 and 4 hole slots. Grant at catching today. Jace will be at third base. In the 5 hole, James Scott, your designated hitter today, followed by Braden Henson at first base. In that 7 hole, Will Zeller, right field. Lucas Gillian, extra hitter today. In that 9 hole, Lucas Cook at shortstop. Mason Ross, extra hitter. And Josh Harris at second base. Cole Henderson will be your starting pitcher today. And I see the umpires are now proceeding out to home plate. Frankie jogging out. So we'll get ready to kick off here. Ready for first pitch. Got a little overcast there. Hopefully we can keep it. Hey, can I get a picture of y'all's lineup? Can I get a picture of y'all's lineup? Got it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey, you still got me? Still got me connected? I walked over and got a lineup.
And I think you are.
That's their lineup if you need a picture of it.
I don't need theirs. Like,
Don't need theirs?
I can't put theirs in.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, your wow factor will be home today as we're taking the field. Okay, there's a throwdown. Getting ready to kick it off. Okay. Umpire is gearing up. First Craze leadoff steps in the box. Getting ready for first pitch, and here it is. Fastball misses away for ball one. Second pitch high in the zone for ball two. Breaking pitch misses inside for ball three. Cole quickly falling behind. 3 balls and no strikes. Fastball misses up in the zone. Leadoff gets on by base on balls. Their first base runner of the game. Fastball misses away for ball one. Fastball catches down at the knees for strike one. 1-1 on the batter, runner at first base. Here's the pitch. Fouls out on right side and out of play for strike two. Grant sets up a bet outside. Runner takes off. Misses on that. Down and catches him at 2 with the throw in time. Runner got a good jump, but not good enough for Grant. Grant throws him out down at 2 on the attempted stolen base. That's one away. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter. Correction, 2-2 on the batter. Grant sets up inside. That's right down the middle, popped up left side. And out of play. Holds the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just misses high in the zone and will bring the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The fastball misses just high in the zone. Cole will bring that batter down to 1 on a base on balls. His second of the inning. Runner gets a good lead. Expect him to take off. Down in the dirt. Low for ball 1. Coach Chuck will take a mound visit, settle Cole down. Pretty fast runner out on 1. There's a little bit of strategy, I believe, right there. Settle Cole down. Okay, Cole's got his pitch. Takes a look over at 1. Comes set. And that fastball catches for strike 1. Runner's creeping out to get a good lead over there. And he takes off. And that's fouled back into the screen. They'll bring him back. Bring the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's a nice pitch on the outside corner, but misses for ball 2. Cole takes a quick peek over at 1. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off, and there's the throw down to 2. And throws there in time, but just left of the bag. Runner makes it safely into 2 on the stolen base. So we get the out, the strikeout. And 2 away. Brings in their 4-hole hitter. Runner in scoring position. There's the pitch. That'll catch down low for strike 1. There's the pitch. It's going to be hit right side. Second baseman picks that up. Throw over to 1 in time. And that'll end that half inning. No runs, no hits. 1 man left on base. Okay, due up in order, bottom of 1. Leadoff will be Henry Green, followed by Zach Williams and Grant Gotro. Okay, I'm ready to kick off this half inning. Umpires all hydrated back up. Taking care of a little housekeeping at home plate. Okay. Henry steps in, ready for his first pitch. He squares but pulls back for ball one. He'll be in the dirt and skips out of the catcher's glove for ball two. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball sails high in the zone for ball three. Henry quickly ahead, 3 balls and no strikes. Probably taken all the way here. And that ball sails high again for a 4-pitch walk to Henry. And our first base runner of the inning. I'll bring up Zach Williams, your starting right fielder. Henry getting a good lead over on 1. Here's the pitch. Ball's high and outside. Pitcher has a signal, comes set. Here's the pitch. Bring a quick visit from the catcher, as that's 5 straight pitches, 5 straight balls. 6, correct, 6. Zach steps back in. Fastball coming here. That stays high and inside for ball 3. Here's the pitch. And he was taken all the way right there. Ball grooves right down the middle for strike 1. 3-1 on Zach. Henry got a really good lead down on 1. Let's see if he takes off right here. And he does. Really good jump. Pitch is high and away for ball 4. And that'll draw a mound visit from their coach. As our 1 and 2 batters are on base. Henry in scoring position. After this mound visit's over, we'll bring up Grant Gotro, your starting catcher today. Okay. That mound visit's over, and coach heads back to the dugout. With none away in a scoring runner position, Grant steps in the box for his first pitch. He swings through that high and inside fastball for strike 1. Here's the pitch. That's going to pop that one up. called by the second baseman. Right up, center fielder comes in and grabs that away for out number 1. We'll bring in your 4-hole hitter, Jace Moody, and starting third baseman. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball stays high in the zone for ball 1. Breaking pitch misses outside for ball 2. Everybody getting a real good lead out there. Runner steps off. They got him in a rundown, and he is safe back into 2. It's a good pick by the pitcher over to third base. If he'd have thrown it back to the second baseman, might have got him in a really good, nice rundown. But as it is, he's safe back into 2. Two balls, no strikes on Jace. Here's the pitch. And he swings through that hard right side. Glances off the glove of the first baseman. Jace rounding for 2. And that'll bring in Henry. And coach will hold Zach up on third base for the double RBI to Jace Moody. We'll bring in number 9, James Scott, for his first plate appearance. With runners in scoring position at second and third. First pitch, fastball outside for ball 1. Here's the pitch. That fastball is going to be swung on in the gap left side. That'll bring in Zach Williams. Advance Jace Moody over to third base for the gap hit left side RBI by James Scott. Yeah, with runners on the corners now, 1 out. That'll bring in Braden Henson, your starting first baseman. Runner takes off from 2. Throw down to 3. That's overthrown from the catcher over the third baseman's head. That'll bring the run in. And ball will be tagged and dropped. And he will be safe. James slid in hard over there at third base. Tag was put on, but in and out of the glove of the third baseman. That'll bring Jace Moody in. On the hit. That fastball catches outside corner for strike 1 to Braden. 1 ball, 1 strike. Time called by umpire. Here's the pitch. At all speed. Stays high in the zone for ball 2. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. A swing on that fastball. Fouls it left side into the dugout. Coach Frankie will pick that one up. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Braden. Pitcher has his signal, sets, and here's the throw. That breaking pitch misses away and in the dirt. That'll fill up the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. With James standing down on 3. Going to hit that left side high, choppy over the third baseman's head. Be a hit left side single for Braden and an RBI that scores James Scott in from third. Bring Will Ziller to the plate. And that'll bring a mound visit by the coach. All the infielders in. Putting a lot of pressure on Craze now. And that will close out that pitcher. So we'll be back in just a moment after this pitching change. Getting ready for game to resume. Okay. Umpire's all hydrated back up. We're ready to go. We'll be stepping into the box for his first plate appearance of the day. We'll keep pressure up on the Craze baseball after this pitching change. Okay, getting ready to start off now for the first pitch to Will. Umpire calls time. Will steps out. Okay, he's back in the box. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be swung on and in the gap left side for that base hit. Bounces Braden down to 2 safely. And Will, left side single, standing on 1. Bringing Lucas Gillian, your extra hitter today. Pitcher comes set with runners in scoring position and 1 away. Here's the pitch. Going to hit that, get in the gap again safely. That'll turn the corner. Braden puts on the brakes, holds back at 3. Well, that gap hit left side and single for Lucas Gillian. Back-to-back hits. That'll load the bases for Lucas Cook, standing in for his first plate appearance. Looking to keep a lot of pressure up on these guys. Catcher sets up a bit away. Here's the pitch. And hits that left side. Steps on the bag for that's fielder's choice. That skips. He's safely over. That brings in the run from third. But the force out at 2 from the hit up the middle from Cook. That will score 2 on that fielder's choice. Fastball catches down. On Mason Ross for strike number 1. Pitcher steps off the rubber. Cook getting a good lead. He swings through that fastball high and inside for strike number 2. Cook getting a good lead down on 1. And he takes off to 2. Swings through that fastball high in his zone for strike number 3 and out number 3. And at the close of 1, if I can count this up real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits is your Wow leading at the bottom of 1 by a score of 6-0. Okay, number 25 will come to the plate for Craze baseball. His first plate appearance. A little off of that one, popped up right side and out of play for strike number 1. Cole has his signal. Grant sets up a bit outside. Offers that fastball down in the dirt for ball 1. Pitch is going to be hit over the head of the shortstop and into left field for a leadoff single. Bring up number 24 for Craze with a runner on 1. Here's the pitch. Fastball is going to be hit left side for back-to-back hits through the 5-6 hole for a single. Now with runner in scoring position, bring up number 5 to the plate for the Craze. That'll bring in a pinch runner. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch misses inside for ball 1. Here's the pitch. This ball is going to be popped up infield. Called by Cole. Called off by Jace. Pulls that in for out number 1. Cole initially called that. Jace called him off. Caught the ball right in front of the mound. Here's the pitch. It's down in the dirt and blocked up by Grant. For ball 1. Cole comes set. Here's the pitch. Swings on that and fouls it left side out of play for strike 2. Correction, ball 1, strike 1. Cole comes set. Grant sets up outside. Misses inside. Fastball for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter. Runner at first and second with 1 away. Here's the pitch. That's down in the dirt for ball 3. Three-one on the batter. He hit that hard left side, but out of play. That'll bring the count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be, just off the glove of Jace Moody left. That ball was hit hard. He laid out, but didn't quite bring that in. And that will bases on that hit. For number 23, stepping in on the left side of the box. Here's the pitch. The fastball misses away. Ball 1. Cole comes set. Here's the pitch. Swings through that fastball and throw down to 3. Not in time. Strike 1. 1-1 on the batter. Bases are loaded. Cole comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses the ball. Grant sets up outside. There's the pitch. Fastball misses down low. And with 3 balls and 1 strike. That fastball back into the screen. 3 balls and 2. He'll swing through that, and that'll in the air to left side center field. That'll bring in 2 runs. for that 2 RBI single to left center. Bring in 0-0 for courtesy run. That'll bring up number 4 for the Craze baseball. They're finding some bats. There's the pitch. Slider will catch on the corner for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Another breaking pitch. Catches inside corner. Batter quickly down 0-2. Shakes off that pitch. Shakes off another. Got it. And that breaking pitch hit right back up to Cole. And he elects to go over to 2 for the attempted double. Catches that runner. Not in time for the relay back to 1. Okay, now with runners on the corners, with 2 away, Grant sets up outside. He'll swing through that and foul tip for strike 1. Fastball misses down in the zone for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Slider's blocked up by Grant Gotro. Saved that run coming in from third for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike on the batter. Runners on the corners and 2 away. Here's the pitch. Fastball will be fouled back into the screen for strike 2. Only got a little overcast. Here's the pitch. Fastball sails high in the zone. I'll bring the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. Here's the payoff pitch. And fastball misses down in the lane. He will take a base on balls. That'll load the bases for number 88. Walked back in the first inning and was left stranded. Here's the pitch. And fastball misses away for ball 1. Grant sets up inside. Here's the pitch. Fastball again misses away for ball 2. Cole steps back on the rubber. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball up in the zone. Catches for strike 1. Cole comes set. Here's the pitch. It's going to hit that straightaway center. Henry will be calling that one and bringing that one in to end the inning. The 2 runs scored on 3 hits. And 2 left on base. Two up in order, the bottom of two, Josh Harris, your starting second baseman. Then back to the top of the order, Henry Green and Zach Williams. Well, looks like we're going to be blessed with this overcast for another half inning, hopefully. Cloud's a little dark. Maybe setting up for a good afternoon rain. Hopefully not. That just delay everything here. Okay, Josh stands in for his first plate appearance. Here's the pitch. Fastball sails high in the zone for ball one. Here's the pitch. Josh swings on that one and pops high right side. And that will fall fair as the right fielder, first baseman, and second baseman just kind of coasted over to that one. And that one just drops in fair for a single right side for Josh. Okay, back to lead off Henry Green. Henry drew the base on balls back in one and scored. The first run of the inning. Pitcher comes set. Henry offers bunt. That's a wild pitch right out of the catcher's hand back to the backstop. Josh easily trots on down to second base on the wild pitch. And ball one to Henry. Here's the pitch. Henry watches that high pitch in his zone go by for ball two. Here's the pitch. Another fastball high in the zone. Henry quickly ahead. 3 balls and no strikes. Looking for a good pitch. A fastball high in the zone, but catches for strike one. Henry was taken all the way there. Here's the pitch. Henry swings on that one up the middle and into center field. Josh Round in third. Here's the relay in, and he easily catches him. He drops the ball. He's safe. Ball in and out of the glove of the catcher on the tag. And Josh easily in now. Had him dead on the relay in. And Henry will take second base on that throw relay in.
Good call, Blue.
He was looking down at 2 to make the throw. Took his eye off the ball. Zach Williams will stand in for his second plate appearance at here in 2. Zach had to duck out of the way of that one. And nearly caught him in the head for ball one. Henry getting a good lead down on 2. Here's the pitch. The fastball catches away for strike 1. Henry took a base on balls back in 1 and scored the second run of the inning back in 1. Here's the pitch. That misses down to low in the dirt. Throw down to 3, but not in time for Henry, as he easily takes third base on the stolen attempt. Now with Henry standing on 3, 2 balls and 1 strike to Zach. Here's the pitch. That fastball is going to hit for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Zach. Pitcher steps off the rubber. Steps back on. Got his pitch. Catcher sets up a bit outside. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball is a high chopper over to third baseman. He checks the runner at 3. And over to 1 in time. There's a high chopper to third baseman by Zach. Checked Henry at 3 and threw it over to 1 for the out. I'll bring Grant Gotro to the plate. Grant flew out to center field back in 1, looking to make a difference here with Henry standing on 3. There's the pitch. Fastball sails way high and outside for ball 1. Grant going to be a little bit more choosy on his pitches here. Here's the pitch. And fastball misses inside for ball 2. Grant looking for a good fastball here. Here's the pitch. He doesn't get in that one as that fastball stays high in his zone for ball 3. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. And that fastball is going to miss. Give Grant first base on the base on balls. Now we're bringing up Jace Moody to the plate. Jace doubled back in 1 on the hit to right field and singled and scored the third run of the inning. Jace stands in. Now with runners on the corners and 1 away. Cade takes off as he's in for a courtesy runner. Takes second base easy down for Grant. I'll bring a mound visit. Okay, quick mount visit, and that's over. Coach walking back to the dugout. Jace will stand back in. Here's the pitch. Jace to watch that fastball strike on the inside of the plate go by for strike 1. Here's the pitch. That'll be way outside and skips out of the catcher's glove. That'll easily bring in the run from Henry as he just trots on in. That'll send Cade down to 3. Two balls, 1 strike on Jace. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Cade standing down on third. Here's the pitch. That fastball misses up in the zone. Chase a run on down for base on balls. With runners on the corners, with one away, you bring James Scott. James singled back in one and scored back in one. Here's the pitch. James had hit that one high right side. Right fielder camps out underneath that. Runners will come back and tag. That'll score Cade in from three on the sacrifice fly to right side by James Scott. Okay, with two away, Braden Henson steps in. Braden hit left side in the gap back in one and scored back in one. That fastball will go outside for ball one. Looking to keep the pressure on here in the bottom of two. Here's the pitch. And that will hit Braden in the back. He'll take the base on the hit by pitch. And send Jace down to two in scoring position. That'll bring Will Zeller. Will hit on the ground through the gap back in one also for a single and scored back in one. Braden getting a good lead over on one as nobody's holding him on the bag with two away. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down and away for ball one. Everybody getting a good lead. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. And that was outside, but Will offered on that one and fouled it away for strike one. Will steps back in. Here's the pitch. And that fastball is way outside for ball two. Pitcher takes the signal. Comes set. Here's the pitch. And Will foul tips that down in the grass for strike number two. He's a little bit frustrated on that one. He knew he shouldn't have chased that. Two and two on Will. Here's the pitch. And he's going to pop that up. And that's going to be out of play. Real good defensive swing put on by Will there just to get rid of that ball. Two and two on Will. Pitcher sets up a bit outside. Here's the pitch. And that stays high in the zone. That'll bring the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away to Will. Looking for a good pitch here. Here it is. And he foul tips that down into the ground. Count will hold. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Will putting up a good battle. Let's see if he can win this one. And here's the pitch. That goes way outside, skips off the catcher's glove. Catcher's able to get that one back in time. Does not score the run down from 2. And that will load the bases for Lucas Gillian. Lucas singled right side. I'm sorry, was into fielder's choice. He into fielder's choice back in 1 for the second out of the inning. And that will bring another pitching change out. So we will catch you on the back side of this. Okay, we are all ready to get back into play. Lucas will stand in, look to do some damage here, keep the pressure on with bases loaded and pitcher comes set. And he'll hit that right side, but barely foul. Hard hit ball, right side, but barely foul. He'll come back to the box. Lucas will stand back in with 1 strike. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball and miss down in the zone for ball 1. 1-1 on Lucas. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That fastball, a hit in the gap right side. That will score 2. Here comes the relay in. Braden will score in. There's a throw back to 1. We're going to get caught in a rundown. And that Will was trying to attempt to come in from third. But got caught in the rundown after Braden scored. But that will be after 2 more runs had come in after that third out. And we'll catch you up in just a second. Okay, that'll be 5 runs on 2 hits and 1 left on base. A lot more damage done in that inning. We'll head to the top of 3 with your wow factor leading Craze by a score of 11-2. Up in order for the Craze, number 2, number 16, and number 25. This batter, Cade, back in 2 for the second out of the inning. Okay. Like we have any changes out in the defense. That would be a hard fly ball left side. Left fielder takes a few steps to his rear, pulls that in for out number 1. Bring number 16 up to the plate for his second plate appearance. Put in a 4-3 put out. That'll pop up right side. A little confusion out there. Who's going to take that ball? Both called hard for it, but second baseman Josh pulled that one safely in for the second out of the inning. 2 quick outs. Bring up number 25. Singled his first at bat to the left side and scored one of the 2 runs. And that's a hard hit ball right side to Josh. He picks that one up, throws it over. High, but pulled Mason off the bag. Mason pulled it down, tagged the runner. Be 3 quick outs, 3 up and 3 down in order. No hits, no runs, no one left on base. Up in order to start the bottom of 3. Lucas Cook, Mason Ross, followed by Josh Harris. And catcher calls for the throwdown as we're getting ready to kick off the bottom of 3. Cook for his second plate appearance. Get into a fielder's choice back in 1. Looking to be a leadoff here. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high and away for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Swing through that fastball for strike one. One and one on Cook. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. And he'll hit that one, pop it up right side. A little bit late on that hit. Pulled in by the second baseman for out number one. That'll bring Mason Ross back to the plate. Mason Cade back in one for the third out of the inning. Looking to make a difference here. Here's the pitch. Fastball stays high in the zone for ball one. Here's the pitch. Mason swings on that one. That will be high and to the right side. Right fielder had a beat on that one. Pulls that one in for out number two. That'll bring Josh Harris back to the plate. Josh singled back in two and scored back in two. Here's the pitch. Fastball catches inside for strike number one. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away for ball one. 1-1, 2 away. Nobody on base. That's a high fly ball to center field. Center fielder tracks in on it and brings that in for out number three. So we return the favor, 3 up and 3 down in order, and that will close the bottom of 3. Your Wow leading by a score of 11-2 on no hits, no runs, and no one left on base. Due up in order at the top of 4 for Craze baseball is number 5, number 15, and number 23. Correction, number 24, number 5, and number 15 up in order. Okay, with no defensive changes by the Wow, at least on the infield that I can see. We've subbed in for Henry in center field, but I can't see quite well. Okay, first pitch to number 24. Here's the pitch. He'll swing on that one, but foul it out of play for strike one. Number 24 hit left side back in 2 and scored the second run of the game and of the only 2 runs so far. The fastball got away from Will. This is high and inside for ball one. Fastball in high in zone barely misses for ball 2. Will come set. Misses away with that fastball. Falls behind 3 balls and 1 strike. Grant sets up. Here's the pitch. He offers on that fastball down in the zone, fouls it right side. Brings the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Will come set for the payoff pitch. Here it is. Fastball hit left side. Hard hit right off the chest of Jace Moody. Glances out into left field for that base hit left side. That'll bring the number 5 to the plate. Flew out to Jace back in 2 for out number 1 of the inning. Here's the pitch. It'll be hit to Jace left side again. Bobbles out a little bit over to 2. The throw is off to his left side for Josh. That'll bring the run over to 3, and now with runners on the corners and no outs. Jace bobbled that a little bit. Quick throw over, misses his left side of Josh. Couldn't pull that in for the force out. That'll bring a mound visit. We'll discuss this first and third base situation with no outs. Okay, with everybody back to their places, that'll bring number 15 to the plate. He's singled back in 2. Left stranded. Fastball misses high for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Be hit left side. Cook back. Misplays that. Set up for a nice backhand. Bounced right off the heel of his glove. 2 back-to-back errors. Will load the bases for number 23. First pitch, ball 1 to 23. Fastball misses inside. Swing through that fastball, foul it out of the way for strike 1. That's correction. We have runners on first and second as that run from third came in and scored. Fastball catches. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Misses inside, skips off the dirt. That'll advance the runners up 90 feet. Three balls, 2 strikes on the batter with 2 runners in scoring position and no outs. And that fastball misses away. He'll draw the base on balls and load the bases for number 4. Number 4 hit into a fielder's choice back in 2 for the first out of the inning. Grant sets up a bet outside. Here's the pitch. Blocks that one up and saves that run for ball 1. And Cole lets that one slip out of his hand. Hits number 4 square in the back for the hit by pitch.
Settle down, babe. Settle down.
He'll run down to 1 and bring the run in from third. Quick mound visit by Grant. All the infield will come in. Cole has his pitch. Grant sets up a bit outside for this lefty. Sails away for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Fastball again sails away for ball 2. He'll swing down and pop it up left side. And that'll be brought in by the left fielder for out number 1. Not enough time and hit too shallow for base runners to advance up. Bring number 3 to the plate, standing in for number 88. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Grant sets up outside. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit left side. Bounce to the shortstop. Throw is over and in time for the out at 1. But we'll bring in the run from third on the fielder's choice. With 2 away, runners at second and third. Fastball catches for strike 1. And that's going to sail away. Bounces off the backstop right back to Grant and will not advance the runner. One ball, 1 strike on the batter, 2 away, 2 runs in scoring position at second and third. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses the black for ball 2. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses again, just off the corner for ball 3. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high. He will draw the base on balls and load the bases for number 16, Hit into a 4-3 put out for out number 3 back in 1. Flew out right side second baseman back in 3 for the second out of the inning. Here's the pitch. He'll pop that one up and out of play for strike 1. Cole comes set. Here's the pitch. He'll hit that fastball right out of the reach of the short stop. That will score 2 runs with that hit in the left field. With runners at first and second, first pitch high in the zone for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Fastball catches, quick throw down to 1. Not in time. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit left side. Chopper over to Cook, shortstop, and over to 1 in time to end the inning. Not before a lot of damage is done by the Craze on 5 runs on 2 hits. 2 left on base. The bottom of 4, your wow factor leading by a score of 11. Craze baseball 7. Correction, I thought we were closing out 5. We're at the top of 5, going into the bottom of 5. Up in order and standing in for Henry Green, leadoff Cade Rowell.
Okay, take it easy on my baby.
For his first plate appearance. Sun's popping back out here. As we head into the bottom of 5. First pitch ball down low in his own, Cade. Time called by the umpire. Cade steps back in. Catcher sets up a bit outside. Here's the pitch. Cade swings through that one. A little bit ahead on that pitch. All tips it into the glove of the catcher for strike one. Here's the pitch. Misses on that off speed. Outside for ball two. Here's the pitch. Swings and fouls that one back for strike two. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. He'll chopper that one left side. Shortstop makes a run up on that one. And Cade is, with that speed, safely down at one. That was almost like a slap hit on a softball slapper. Just wasn't enough time for that shortstop to come up and make that throw over with Cade's speed. Hey, Bailey standing in for that pitch was way high in his own, but called strike one on Bailey. So he stands in for Zach Williams. Cade getting a good. There he goes. That's going to be hit a high left side, and that's going to get over the head of the left fielder. Cade rounding third into home on the stand-up double RBI for Bailey Stafford. Grant Gotro will stand in. Grant flew out back in one. Drew a base on ball and scored back in two. Looking to do some damage here. Fastball to drop low in the zone. Grant ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Catcher sets up a bit outside. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away for ball 3. Grant looking for a really good pitch to hit here. Here's the pitch. And he offers on that one. Just a little bit behind that fastball. Foul tips it back into the fence for strike one. Grant steps back in. Here's the pitch. That fastball will miss up in the zone. Grant will run on down for base on balls. And with runners in scoring position, down at 2, that'll bring up Jace Moody. Jace doubled back in 1 and scored. Drew the base on balls back in 2 and scored. Looking to scratch some of these runs back. Here's the pitch. It's going to sail high for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Chase will hit that one high right side. It'll bring the right fielder in, pulls that one down. Not enough. That'll hold the runners. So they relays it over to third baseman. Hey, with one away, we'll bring James Scott in. James singled back in one and scored his second at bat in the second inning. Sacrifice fly, scored RBI. I'll bring a mound visit. And I believe we'll have another pitching change. No pitching change. Just a mound visit. Looked like they were going to bring somebody in. Pitcher steps off the rubber. Here's the pitch. Fastball sails away high and in. The ball. I believe that's 2 balls on James. Here's the pitch. Swings through that fastball. Here's the pitch. He swings through that high fastball for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter. Here's the pitch. And breaking pitch. Falls in inside for ball 2. 2-2 on James. Runner down on 2 in scoring position. Here's the pitch. And that'll be called strike 3 on James as that breaking pitch drops in. Looked a little bit high, but not to the umpire. For out number 2. That skips out of the catcher's hands, bounces in front of him, and move the runners up 90 feet. Ball 1 down low in zone to Braden. Here's the pitch. Fastball catches high in the zone for strike 1. Braden singled and scored back in 1, was hit by pitch back in 2 and scored. And he'll swing through that one for strike number 2. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch misses away and down in the dirt for ball 2. See if we can add another couple of runs, see if we keep this at bat going, keep the pressure up. Here's the pitch, and that misses. Wild pitch. That will bring in Bailey from third. He stands up through the bag to score on the wild pitch. And now with the runner standing at third and in scoring position, here's the pitch, and misses, and he will draw the base on balls. We'll bring up Drew Johnson standing in for Will Zeller. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Ball down low in his zone. Here's a throw back to home. Draws off the catcher. And Cade will easily score in from third. An attempt down to 2 missed for Braden as he advances to second base. Throw down to 2 drew the Cade run in from third to score. No balls, no one ball. There goes the runner to third, and that'll be throw high and inside, and he will be safe down at 3. Two balls on Drew, with Braden standing down on third, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Blues getting a little bit more liberal with that strike zone as he calls that one a strike down low and away. Here's the pitch. Drew strikes on that one, sends that now up to left center, and the center fielder brings that one in for the out. And that will end the inning with 3 runs on 2 hits, and 1 left on base. And at the bottom of 4, your wow factor leading by a score of 14-7. I think we're getting pretty close to time limit here, so these 3 outs will probably end the game should your wow factor maintain the lead. Up in order for Craze baseball, leading off will be number 24, followed by number 5 and 15. First pitch to 24, hits it straight away center. Kay's going to come in on that one. Easily pull that in for out number 1. Bring up number 5. Swing on that one. That'll go out of play behind and over the backstop for strike number 1. Grant sets up a bit outside. That fastball is offered and swung through for strike number 2. Batter quickly falls behind. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. Here's the pitch. And that slider skips down in the dirt and away from Grant. For ball 1. Will come set. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away. For ball number 2. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down in the zone for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the batter with 1 away. And here's the payoff pitch. And that fastball misses inside. Number 5 will trot on down with the base on balls in their first base runner of the inning. I'll bring up number 15. He singled. It was left stranded back in 2. Reached and scored on error back in 4. Fastball hits right down the middle for strike 1. Here's the pitch. That breaking pitch misses down low and away for ball 1. Will come set. Here's the pitch. That breaking pitch drops right in for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter with a runner on first base. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped left side to the shortstop. He picks it up over 2-1 in time for the out. Runner will advance safely for down to 2 on the fielder's choice. Two away, runner in scoring position down at 2. Here's the pitch. That breaking pitch misses away for ball 1. Will takes a look back at 2. Here's the pitch. He swings hard through that fastball for strike number 1. Number 23 was really swinging to do damage on that pitch. Here's the pitch. Misses way outside for ball 2. Here's the pitch. And he swings through that one for, thought that was the strikeout, but that must have been strike 2. That was strike 2. 2-2 on batter. Batter calls time, steps out of the box. Here's the pitch. And he'll pop that one up left side. Jace has plenty of room to get underneath that and brings that in. And that will end the inning. No runs on no hits. 1 man left on base, and that will be the end of your game. Your wow factor victorious 3 straight games now with an ending score of 14-7. And we will catch you back out here very soon as we'll take a game wait and catch you on the next one.